Imagine a prison with absolutely no walls. A prison where the inmates not only refuse to escape, but voluntarily compete for a slightly better cell than their neighbor. This prison exists, and its main architect is the modern financial system. For centuries, physical slavery was the ultimate method of control, but it had a fatal flaw. A slave always knows he is a slave. He hates his master. He waits for the perfect moment to rebel. The greatest strategists of power understood this centuries ago. Machiavelli wrote that the best way to keep a man subjugated is to give him the perfect illusion of freedom. Physical chains require guards and weapons. Invisible chains only require the right psychology. Today, guards have been replaced by digital algorithms, and physical shackles are just numbers on your bank screen. The financial system was not built to make you rich. It is a perfect machine designed to extract your time. Welcome to the architecture of poverty. The core law of dark psychology states, to control a man, use his own basic instincts against him. The instinct to dominate, the desire to look better than others, is the exact weakness the system exploits to trap you. How do you convince a free man to surrender the next 30 years of his life? You offer him status right now, credit, mortgages, car loans. The word mortgage comes from Old French, mort, meaning death, and gage, meaning pledge. Literally, a death pledge. When you go into debt for things you can't afford, just to impress people who do not care about you, you are not just borrowing money. You are selling your future time. Money is simply a physical equivalent of human energy. By taking a loan, you guarantee the system that tomorrow you will wake up and go to a job you probably hate. You cannot say no. You cannot take risks. You cannot rebel. Your collar has snapped shut, but the system is smarter than it seems. What if you are disciplined? What if you don't take loans, honestly work, and save money in the bank? The architects of power foresaw this too. For people like you, there is a hidden tax: inflation. You are told that inflation is a natural economic process, like rain or changing seasons. This is a lie. Inflation is a legalized mechanism of wealth redistribution from bottom to top. Every time the government prints new money to cover its debts, they do not create value. They steal the purchasing power of the money already in your pocket. Your savings melt away like ice in the sun. You are forced to run faster just to stay in the exact same place. If you only save fiat currency, you're playing a game where the rules change constantly. You are a pawn that will never reach the end of the board, because they keep making the board longer. This raises a logical question. If these mechanisms are so obvious, why is this never taught in schools? For 11 years, you study logarithms and the dates of ancient battles, but no one explains compound interest, taxes, or how to invest. The answer lies in the laws of power. The system does not need competitors. It needs obedient executors. People to turn the gears and consume products. If everyone understood how money works, who would stand behind the cash register? Financial illiteracy is not a flaw in the education system. It is its brilliant design. Knowledge about capital has always been passed down strictly within elite circles. The masses were only given enough skills to operate the machines and follow orders. In the 21st century, control has evolved. Enter the credit score. You are told it's a measure of financial trust. In reality, it's an index of your obedience. This system gamifies debt. It rewards you for taking the bank's money and paying it back with interest. The better you play the role of an obedient debtor, the higher your score. This score determines where you live, what you drive, and even your job. It is the perfect digital panopticon, where the guard lives directly inside your head. The architecture of poverty is flawless. It consumes 99% of people, but there is an exit. The laws of power work in both directions. The first step to freedom is realizing that you are inside a game. To stop being a pawn, you must start thinking like an architect. Stop trading your time for liabilities that lose their value. The only way to break the system is to accumulate assets, things that produce value independently of your time. Knowledge, skills, and capital. Income that cannot be controlled by their printing press. Stop blessing your chains just because they are made of gold. Learn the rules the elite play by. Subscribe to Architect of Power. Step out of the crowd. Become the architect of your own power.